Google just sent over this stuff to review on the channel. We've got the Pixel 8 Pro and the Pixel Watch 2. I want to thank Google for sending these over to review on the channel. Hashtag gift from Google. What do we got here? Apparently they sent over some macaroons as well. Of course, we're gonna have to try these out. They want you to use the translate mode in the camera app. Pretty good idea, I think. Nice touch. They've got the 8 on there. Okay, that is actually really good. I don't think I've had these before. Really nice and soft. Seems like a fudge on the inside. Okay, really nice bay blue color. Power and volume buttons are there on the right hand side. SIM card tray on the left hand side down towards the bottom. USB-C charging port and speaker down at the bottom. You can see the spot for the antenna there on the top. New Pixel Watch looks really nice. Probably gonna do a separate video on that one and see how it compares to the first Pixel Watch. If you're wondering what comes in the box that you'll be getting, they're still including the USB-C to USB-A adapter. That's kind of nice. USB-C to USB-C charging cable. And then of course, quick start guide, safety and warranty information as well. Really nice matte finish on the top and bottom. The chrome looking accent around the cameras sort of follow all the way around the edges. Definitely has a premium feel to it. As far as the size goes, it's almost identical to the 7 Pro, just a hair shorter, and you'll notice on the corners just a little bit more rounded. If you look really close on the screen, it still is curved, just barely along the edges though. I also weighed this one to see if it was lighter than the 7 Pro. No, they're pretty much the same, about 212 grams. You've got a 6.7 inch LTPO OLED display on here at 20:9 aspect ratio with 1344 by 2992 resolution. This comes in 3 colors, obsidian, porcelain, and the one shown here is bay, or as I call it, blue. I feel like the screen quality on here looks really nice, but definitely seems bright enough, has good contrast, pretty good viewing angles as well. You'll be able to watch YouTube videos in upscaled 4K resolution, wideband L1 for apps like Netflix. Sort of nice when you're setting up. You can just use your existing phone to set up the new one to get everything transferred over. And of course you have face unlock on here as well, which I believe has been updated from the previous versions. Of course you have your hands-free assistant, which you can use without unlocking your phone. Sort of personal preference there. You get the option of Google Pay as well. Then it should just take a few minutes to finish up. It looks like you have swipe to navigate as the default option. I don't think anything's really changed there. I typically still use the 3-button navigation, but obviously that's personal preference. Okay, definitely pretty interesting wallpaper. Definitely better than the flowers or feathers they would do in the previous versions. This will be my first phone using Android 14. Kind of curious to see how different it is. Sort of, okay, it doesn't really seem to have any interaction with it, but okay. Okay, I can tell already, the fingerprint scanner on here is definitely faster than the previous versions. Okay, to customize the lock screen definitely looks a little bit different. They've got some crazy looking fonts on here. Definitely have some interesting wallpapers on here, that's for sure. You can also change your shortcuts down here in the corner. If you want that to be flashlight, do not disturb, camera, or none. I don't know, do you guys like the cartoon looking font? I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it that way. I do like the always on display though. You also have what they're calling smooth display on here, where it switches from 60 to 120 Hz refresh rate. You also have tap to check phone or lift to check phone as well. Okay, app drawer looks pretty much the same. You can see all Google apps here. They also have Fitbit now, so that's good to see. I will probably use that. Up in the notification shade, looks pretty much the same as before. You have all your normal stuff like internet, Bluetooth, flashlight, do not disturb, alarm, airplane mode, device controls, auto rotate, QR code scanner, battery saver, screencast, screen record, nearby share, mic access, camera access, security and privacy. I think I'll add extra dim. You'll also notice the power and settings button is down in the corner. So far, I'm only using about 9 gigabytes of the 128 available. You have the Google Discover newsfeed left of the home screen. Tap and hold anywhere on the home screen to get to your wallpaper and style, widgets, home settings. Still looks like you're not able to move the date and weather from the home screen. Not a huge deal, but I'm sure some people are wondering that. The battery size is 5050 milliamp hours, and it's got fast charging up to 50% charge in about 30 minutes using the Google 30-watt USB-C charger. And then of course you have wireless charging on here. Not gonna be the fastest, but definitely nice to have while I'm traveling, or if you just wanna charge this while you're sleeping. I also ran my typical battery drain test to see how this one compared to the previous Pixel 7 Pro. It actually lasted a little less at 11 hours with the screen brightness at 100%, so easily one of the best, or at the top of the list when compared to other phones that I've tested. Nice thing is you've got 12 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, and this has the Google Tensor G3 processor, so a nice upgrade from the previous Pixel phones. Now, unfortunately, because of the camera visor on the back, this doesn't exactly fit my Razer controller, which is a shame because it is small enough to fit in there if it wasn't for that bump on the back. For some reason, it won't allow me to download the Geekbench app yet. I think it usually takes a little time when you have new software like this, but I can tell just from playing PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9 that it has plenty of power for doing multitasking, gaming, just about anything you would need to do on a cell phone. The question I have is, how is this gonna hold up after 6 or 7 years once it gets closer to the end of its update cycle? Sort of crazy to think about, really. I don't think I know anyone who has a 7-year-old phone. The speakers on here sound pretty good. Probably not going to be the loudest that I've heard, but still pretty good. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what it sounds like. Nice thing is they're always adding stuff to the camera app. You've got stuff like action pan, long exposure, and then of course portrait, photo, night sight, and panorama. Seems like it has pretty good shutter speed. You'll notice they have all these different modes down here for the camera. And then if you switch it to video, you've got cinematic pan, cinematic blur as well. And you can shoot up to 4K resolution, 60 frames per second for video recording. Here's a few samples of photo and video, just to give you an idea of what to expect from the new Pixel 8 Pro. Interesting thing is, it looks like as you get closer to objects, it automatically goes into macro mode while trying to take photos. But as far as photo and video quality goes, it's actually quite good on here. Sort of what you would expect from a Pixel phone. It's probably better at the 1x zoom versus 0.5 for the rear camera. And you'll probably notice the rear camera looks to be better quality than the front camera, even though they both can shoot up to 4K resolution. So hopefully this gave you a little closer look at the new Pixel 8 Pro. I'm also going to be checking out the regular Pixel 8 to see how it compares. Plus I've got some new tablet videos, case videos, probably more videos than I can count that I'm working on. So definitely keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.